Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to King Sejong Station. We're spawning in the top left position, representing Team Darkstar. In this third place match, it is Avokado. And his opponent representing Team Property, spawning as the red Terran in the bottom right hand side, it is the infested Terran himself, Morrow. All right, so we haven't really had any mirror matchup experiences today, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this ends up bringing. Thanks to the way these semi-finals played out, we've got two mirror matchups on the way. We have a TVT followed by a ZVZ. The Zerg's currently reigning supreme as far as Sweden is concerned. And we have a gas first early on. In fact, gas first from both players actually coming down this game. Very slightly earlier for Avokado. And that appears to have robbed him of something like 20 minerals or similar. But we're going to be going into the barracks straight after that. So both players wanting to get their gas and their tech out as quickly as possible here at Game 1. And of course, guys, if you take your gas and start mining from it before you start your barracks, you're guaranteed to have 100 gas by the time the barracks complete. So you'll be able to get that instantaneous factory down should you wish to go for that super early tech, or even just Reaper, but more likely you are going to be seeing that factory coming down, to be perfectly honest with you, because getting that 100 is usually the magic number. So both sides going for that gas first. We've got a supply depot at the wall and the barracks at the wall over here, so nothing too out of the ordinary. It could end up being a little bit of a race to Banshee. There is the orbital command, there is the factory, and there indeed is the factory on the other side of the map as well. Completely mirrored builds so far in game number 1, with Morrow now taking about a 3-second lead in that build. He's got a slightly earlier orbital command, a slightly earlier marine, and a very slightly earlier factory as well. So playing it pretty cool at the moment. Of course, a very minute advantage here. Definitely nothing that can affect the outcome of the game at this point. And it means we're going to get to see some fireworks, guys, because these players aren't likely to sit back and just do nothing. We have Reapers on the way for both of them as well after that factory goes down. Are we going to see the immediate starport? Avokado is up to 100 gas, and there we go. So is Morrow. And wow, well. And actually, this positioning on the starport tells me we're going to see a tech lab on this barracks, which tells me we might end up seeing Cloak. Or we could end up seeing an immediate Raven, actually. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. This is a TVT after all. So it is going to be a little bit of a race to Banshees. We have here a tech lab going down on the barracks. That's likely for the starport here from Avokado. And Morrow's also got a tech lab going down in support of this starport, which is about to finish. So both sides looking like they might be doing similar things. Here comes the Reaper checking out the main base here. And this is really the main point where both players know exactly what the other is doing. This Reaper also deciding to get chased away. And here we go. We actually have a Viking coming out first from Morrow. So no Banshee coming out from him. The starport only just landing on the tech lab. Now a little bit further away was Avocado's. Is he going for the Banshee anyway? Don't forget, he has been scouted by Morrow. So let's see what he ends up going for. Looks like he's having a think about that, and it is going to be a Banshee, so he's decided to go for it anyway. He's also researching Cloak, and that's after it was scouted, so very interesting here. Now note that this starport isn't actually on the tech lab yet. We've got the Viking down. Are we going to see a Raven follow up here from Morrow for that detection should Banshee still come in? We are indeed. So we've got a Viking followed by a Raven coming out from Morrow, which should be able to deter the Banshee with Cloak that's coming out from Avokado right now. Both sides getting very early gas, aiming to be quite aggressive, but Morrow at the moment, he's basically just trying to preempt his opponent's moves here. He's getting that Raven, getting that Viking to try and start. Ooh, the Viking actually very momentarily spots the Hellions there, and he's also got his command center on the low ground, as opposed to Avocado's on the high ground. So here we go. The army looks like it's going to be moving in, and where is the Banshee? Banshee's over there at the moment. Avokado will have Cloak, don't forget. And we have, well, a little bit of burnage at the moment. We've got some Hellions moving back to try and defend from Avocado. But Morrow's Viking harass is actually incredibly annoying right now. And we're going to see if Avocado can try and make amends here with this Banshee. Because where is the Raven? The Raven is... well, it's actually inside the main base, but the Viking is nowhere to be found, ladies and gentlemen. The Viking is busy... well, busy getting taken apart by the looks of things inside the main base. So all of a sudden, this Banshee is doing pretty well indeed. We've got an auto turret and nothing else right now, and this, oh man, this Banshee is just doing so much damage. It's insane. And he's preventing so much mining right now. Morrow did not want this at all. He got the Viking and then he got the Raven. That was great, but the Viking just didn't stay put. And now we've got the second Viking coming in as well. Looks like this Banshee is going to go down. Number of workers killed 8-2 in Avocado's favor. That is not going to be pleasing Morrow at all. At least his command center is going to be finishing soon, but we've already got an orbital command on the way at the natural expansion for Morrow. And here's something interesting. We have a second factory coming down from Avocado. So, we're going to be seeing a little bit of that mechage come down from him here. We're going to see, hopefully, a lot of Hellbats and a potential timing with some siege tanks moving out towards Morrow. That would be great in terms of fireworks. A third command centers now getting completed for Morrow. We do not yet, I believe, have a third command center to come down here from Avocado. He's going to be finishing off for this Banshee. Another Banshee actually trying to catch the Raven off guard. And I actually don't blame this decision either, because at the end of the day, the first one, despite having the Raven and Viking there, was actually very cost effective for him. And if he catches Morrow off guard, with Morrow moving some of his air units across the middle of the map like he did last time, could actually end up doing quite well for himself. Now this auto turret, yes, it lasts approximately forever, but without the Raven right next to it, it's not going to matter too much. Now the Raven and the two Vikings are still inside the main base though, and I feel like this Banshee should probably kill a couple of SCVs and then leave pretty quickly, honestly. Because, right, they're the two Vikings. He needs to run. And he needs to not die, but the Raven is in hot pursuit. It's one more shot, and I think, wow, only just... is that change in direction enough? Looks like he spotted it on the very edge of his vision, and he will be able to get away with that Banshee. In the meantime, though, Avocado's moving out with a ridiculous number of Hellions off to the left-hand side here, and he's going to casually put them right underneath the barracks. He knows exactly what's going down. A couple of units inside this drop. 4 Hellions actually roasting a lot of SCVs over here. And that's proving to be very costly at the moment for Avocado, who's down to 30 workers versus 40. But here comes, oh my god, 2 siege tanks says absolutely no to this Hellion assault. And all of a sudden, this damage being done by Morrow is massive indeed. Number of workers killed now, 14 versus 10. But it's the number of workers that remaining that really tells the story of this game. It's 45 workers from Morrow versus 31 from Avocado right now. And unfortunately, the Banshee follow-up just wasn't able to do the damage he wanted to because the two Vikings plus the Raven were still here. And in addition to that, these siege tanks just completely shut down any Hellion play as well, which means that Morrow's most recent harass was actually a lot more effective. We appear to have a whole bunch of auto turrets getting placed down on the map on some sort of queue. And this could get it very interesting indeed. I think that's being placed up by Avocado. There is the Raven. Okay, cool. I wasn't just seeing things. So that can get slightly awkward. Needs to be very careful because these two Vikings are there. Morrow is going to be able to spot them. And, well, they're going to have to kill off these Vikings pretty quickly, otherwise the Raven's going to be forfeited. It looks like the Vikings are actually going to land and deal with them as well. One of the Vikings going down, actually, and the second one getting very close to going down, but it's being repaired by the SCVs. It should just about be fine. And there we go, the auto turrets do get taken down as well. So both sides with a Raven of their own. We've got a Hellbat drop over here, once again flying over this barracks from Morrow. I'm not sure why Avocado's doing that. He has spotted them with the Hellions earlier on, but it doesn't look like it got noticed by Morrow. And we have a second Hellbat drop going in towards the main base as well. And here we go. Blue Flame Hellbats, ladies and gentlemen. A nice roast SCV for dinner. And he's going to be getting the army basically to come straight back here. Morrow definitely going into this huge mech composition. Look at the number of... Oh god, look at the number of factories he has there. But this missile turret is just about going to get up, and that means that this medevac actually is going to go down. So these Hellbats are going to live and die inside this base tomorrow. Do we have this drop coming back here? It doesn't look like it at all. There's enough units here. That convinces that easily gets picked off. And once again, Avokado is moving out with an awful lot of Hellbats. So we've got mech versus mech going down here, but there are still only 2 factories here for Avokado. Yes, he's making factories 3 through 5. Sure, I understand that, but look at this. We've got 5 factories already in production, and that's because Morrow's been able to take his 3rd base significantly sooner. We still don't have a 3rd base, even though the orbital command is about to start on that 3rd command center from Avokado here, and really that's been the difference in this game, and the reason why Morrow, even though the supplies are more or less equal, is feeling pretty comfortable about this. He's got siege tanks in his composition. It's 6 siege tanks versus 1, guys. And both sides have Ravens. I mean, I honestly think that these siege tanks are really the main difference between the 2 sides, and that's why Morrow has a big advantage. He's going to be able to come into the natural expansion here, and Avocado's going to find it so difficult to defend. His siege tank's a little bit offside at the moment. He's preparing a couple more Hellbat drops right now. Does Avokado see that actually his back rocks are being taken down right now? He must do now. He sees those red dots in the Vikings, but is it going to be fast enough? It looks like it's not, and oh my goodness, this is going to be absolute slaughter, guys. The attack is beginning. He's moving out across the map, but I'll tell you what, his attack's going to be so much slower than Morrow's right now, and he needs to decide what to do. He's kind of over there. Okay, the drop's coming back, but is he? It looks like he's going to try and flank the tanks. No, he's actually coming back a long way around, and that just means that this base is entirely forfeit. He's dropping those blue flame Hellbats on top of the tanks. That could end up being a great move, actually. So many of these tanks potentially going down, but all of those Hellbats also going down. No, 3 tanks survive on red health. This is a major problem for Avokado now. He's lost a lot of supplies, down to 71. That's not necessarily game-ending if he can do counter-attacking damage, but I do not see any counter-attacking damage right now, and that is the big problem here. These three tanks on red health are the absolute difference between life and death right now, and unfortunately, it looks like Morrow is going to be able to comfortably keep a hold of that. These Blue Flame Hellbats have done so much, and while Avokado is going to be able to push this back, these units have just done basically a killing blow because it's 61 supply versus 160. This 3rd base is mining away. This base has only just started mining for Avokado. More and more units are streaming in. Look, we're back up to 6-7 tanks in this position, and Avokado is going to see this army and think, oh, hang on a second. He's just going to be able to waltz in, and there is nothing I can do to stop him. That siege tank, yep, is about as out of position as a siege tank can be right now. These tanks for Morrow aren't even sieged up. They don't even need to be, but it doesn't matter. GG Morrow, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take game number 1 in this 3rd place match versus Avokado.